I'm kind of like still landing there, just going week to week. And I was actually excited about the Zooms. The Zoom, we didn't get to talk about the Zoom. That was dope. Having a group of men on there, just like literally like vulnerable, just like we had a safe space or whatever the case may be. Huh? Yo, that was the funniest shit. A fucking woman popped up on our Zoom. Now, granted, it's not like the He-Man Women's Hate Club, but it's just all male fast, and we have women in our community. So when we drop the link, of course, women can see it. So when we in there, we like so we had this one rule: your camera got to be on. So the camera not on, We like, turn your camera on. She turned the camera on. Like, what you doing here? She said, oh, wait, this is all the men. It's all men in here. Like, you in the fucking boys' locker room. Get the fuck out. It's a barbershop.
Yeah, and you said that from the very beginning of this conversation about the community and the fast. And at first I was like, all right, cool, whatever, it's a stipulation. But in that space, in the context of us actually having a meeting finally, it made all the sense in the world.
You're like, a woman can't be here.
Yeah.
Because the stuff that we were talking about, struggles as a father, struggles as a man, men talking about they don't got jobs, they don't got the. If a woman was in that space, a lot of men wouldn't have said nothing, unfortunately. And it's not even, I can't knock them as much as I would say, no, I get it, bro.
Right.
Yeah, like, you don't
even add that obstacle or variable to it.
100%. It's like, we don't want them judging an unfinished product. Nobody's going to put something in the oven, take it out halfway done, and say, taste this and tell me what you think, because you should expect a review that's not up to par with what your standard is for what you would want to present. So we giving the men the opportunity to incubate themselves, get themselves ready, so that when we do involve the women and bring them in, they already ready to say, yeah, I do this, I got this going on, I'm together in these areas, and I'm ready to be able to display that to the world, not feeling judged. And if you are judged, you can stand on how you're being judged, because you know that you put the work in to become who you are, and you can accept that.
For sure. And piggyback off the fast, that's something I was recently talking about in the school community, just the idea of like, some financial tips or financial insights.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, shit, I was working.
Aggressive with that message. He said, no fluff, no this, no that. What you really working on? I said, and you gonna do this from the network page? You gonna put this on the network?
That was me. That was say.
Yeah, whatever. I know your tone.
Deflect.
Adam. I know your tone.
That was Eve. Yeah.
I'm like, Q did this. So no empathy in this message. We don't care about you giving us updates. What you really doing? I said, I'm the only one giving updates daily. Yo, this is what I'm reading today. This is what I got. Basically said, fuck you. I'm gonna do it for the network page. You someone rocks and hide your hand. I know you.
But I was talking about, and it's like, I know you've been working on certain things to get your affairs in order financially. I figured
I'm not having an affair right now.
Affairs in order?
Like, no.
Are they in order that you're not having?
I mean, they're alphabetical.
Oh, fair, yeah.
It's like, no.
But I know one of my greatest tips and things I worked on was like just really allocating every dollar. I feel that's really probably one of the most common issues that people have, where they get paid or they get some income, get a check, whatever, and it's like no plan, no intention, no strategy approach. It's like the shit just there, and then it's like that's how you start spending or do this, give this over there. Then it's like, oh shit, whatever happened to all that? But it's like every time I get paid, I try to have every dollar planned out already, so whenever it comes, it's already going there. It's already.
Can you help me?
Anytime, sir.
Because I feel like you don't finish your thought. I'm not gonna forget.
So like and I feel like everybody needs to set like their set threshold of like walk around money.
Yeah.
It could be depending on what your lifestyle.
Wham.
Depending on what your lifestyle is, $200 to $1,000, whatever that number is, realistically with your bills and shit you got going on, your debts. That's what I need. Try to make it low, whatever the bare minimum is. That's what I need. Everything else is going somewhere else, whatever. Bills, savings, debt, investments, all that shit is going away, and it don't exist. It's already allocated. Whatever's left is either walk around in your pocket or your account. That's what it is. And I feel most times,
Uncle Sam for sure.
Huh?
Your Uncle Sam's nephew, for sure.
I feel most people they really don't even like. I hear people all the time say like, "Oh shit, like I owe this for the bill. I owe that." It's like you should already know that. I'm getting, tism, extreme. You should know that at a month ahead or at least 2 weeks ahead. You should already know when I get paid, it's already going. There shouldn't be some surprise that, shit, I was short. I didn't know. You know how much you get paid. Yeah. It's the same every 2 weeks. You got a regular job, whatever. Yeah. So that shit should already be accounted for already. So I think that's a good tidbit for anybody. No matter how much money you got, allocate every dollar so you know where it's fucking going.
But when you say allocate every dollar, give them some framework or some context as to what allocating is.
Okay. So how I look at it, literally, let's say, if you get paid $1,000 and your bills, again, easy numbers, your bills is $200 and you want to save $50, whatever, it should already be accounted for that $50 going to this account for that reasons. I got a checking account for. I'm saying you should have a checking account for bills. Money's going to theirs for their bills, and then the rest I only need $100, $200. That's gonna be left in that one account, whatever. So literally allocate every single thing. You know, yeah. I feel like people understand it with bills. People know I need this for the cable bill, I need this for the light bill, I need this for the work. You know, shit like that, whatever. But when it comes time for like just the rest of your overhead and lifestyle, coupled with your goals and trying to get levels ahead, people don't think about that. It just stops at the bills.
Yeah.
But I know, like, what would you like to save? What would you like to have by the end of the year? Yeah. What would you what are you trying to pay down? Yeah. If you got $1,000 debt, can you put $100 on there consistently every single time and allocate that off the rip?
Yeah.
So I feel like if we do that and kind of, cause again, people they'll go to the happy hour, they'll go buy them sneakers or
that's my money.
Exactly. Like no, like divvy that shit up even more.
Yeah. Be intentional with it.
Exactly. Be intentional with it, and then you'll get further ahead with your debts and your saving. Oh shit! I saved $1,000. I saved $10,000 just by being steadfast with that.
To your point, so that's something that I had to learn. Being an entrepreneur forever,
right?
Never having a job, never having a consistent income. Now, like, I'm getting paid $1,000 every 2 weeks or whatever a check might look like. I don't know, right? But for me, it was like okay, I did mine in third, right? So I would do 33% towards my overhead, right? Mm-hmm. So whatever I'm making, like consistently, like not even about like if I know I at a minimum every month, I know I'm doing this based on the volume. Right. You know, I'm a projector as well. Mm-hmm. So I'm 33% of that allows me to be able to afford X, Y, and Z. Then the other 33% is going directly into a savings. Mm-hmm. All right, I'm saving 33%. Then the last 34% is my walking around money. Or whatever the case may be, like, all right, this is lifestyle, this is this, because at the time we invested in music and this and that. So that's kind of how I did it for a long time. I haven't been doing that more recently when I actually can be now because I actually have more predictable income. Mm-hmm. But to the point where I learned from you about just being over leveraged in certain seasons, I feel like because I started all of my snowball depth effect in the same time frame, mm-hmm. every week I'm over leveraged, right? Mm-hmm. So I told you that I said, yo, this one of them, shit, I'm noticing like I could see how a motherfucker, because I make enough, right? I want to make more. Mm-hmm. I make a good amount of money, right? And the money I make, because I'm snowballing everything at once, I see how a rich person like that's richer than me could be living check to check. I'm like, how you in the NFL living check to check?
Absolutely.
Nigga, if this nigga check is, it could be $800,000 a week. Yeah. But if his fucking overhead 1.2 a month, mm-hmm. you know what I'm saying? Yeah, it can get like that. You know what I'm saying? So for me, looking
most people don't save.
But for me, it's like I be trying to save, but I be like, it's pennies on a dollar considering all of the stuff that I'm getting rid of. Like, but within the next 90 days, all that shit be gone. And I was like, okay, now looking, because what I started doing now was zooming out, like, zooming out and being able to say, all right, cool. But in 2 months, I'm going to be done paying them, done paying this, own this, had that, everything is done. And I'm going to still have this coming in or more, right? Mm-hmm. It should be more by then. Now that's why I need you to help me allocate, because I'm already seeing in this season that nigga, it's just what it is. Like, it's not the time to be doing shit. Mm-hmm. And I had to remind myself that I am doing something though. I'm literally getting rid of all the little mundane down to my old 1,300 in tickets. I gave them an 8-piece today. Mm-hmm. Huh, man, I owe y'all 500. I'll see y'all in 2 weeks. I'm done with y'all. I don't want y'all ever fucking suspending nothing I got going on ever again over no money. And I could have just given them the 1,300 today, but something in me was just like, no. You know what I'm saying? I'm not giving y'all the 13 today.
I'm mad at that.
Yeah, but I gave majority. I said, because I'm like, I'm not doing no $50 a month payment plan.
Yeah, as long as it don't change nothing.
Yeah, no, but it was $53 a month payment. I'm like, no, I'm going to just give y'all the last $5.56 or whatever I owe y'all, and I'm be done with y'all. And that's how I've been chunking everything out. So once I'm done with this shit, I'm going to be able to get back to that allocating thing of like, all right, cool. I do it in third, 33, you know what I'm saying? And it keeps it consistent because it's like every $10 I'm going to put $3. Every dollar's going to be 33 cents. So,
yeah, and to your point, I'll be honest with you as well. So, and also to your point about the percentage, yeah, so my rule is I always do 20%. That's where I go to, like, save the death. So, I do a percentage base as well, whatever. Mm-hmm. But to your point about, how people can be having all this money, living check to check, whatever, I realized that myself. And I said a few episodes ago where it's like, oh, yeah, like, I was making more money, but not keeping more money. Yeah. So there was a problem in my system. So I had to kind of reassess shit, whatever. And I was like, so this is what they say where it's like, it's easier to make the money, but it's harder to keep it because you also was never at that position before, oftentimes. So it was like, yeah, I don't know what it's like to have more money, more things to do with it, but still trying to keep it and then possibly go further.
Yeah.
I know what it's like to get here.
Yeah.
So I know how to get rid of those debts in those bad habits, but now how do I optimize current habits and then build on it? And you know, we human, so we're gonna increase the overhead in some capacity. Now I gotta know
what I was trying to do.
Yeah, now I gotta learn how to maintain this overhead. I got the last overhead.
Nigga can see the difference. Look like these niggas got haircuts. They got niggas rocking different shit. Something going on. Like you go back to episode 1, no cut.
Hey, yo.
I mean, it's a fact though. Nigga was really living check to check. I was living check the account to check the account. Like every time before I make a purchase, I'm like, hold on, let me unlock this card.
Check the account.
I'm checking this account, checking that. Hold, let me transfer this 40 to this card, and yo, I be laughing because I be like, I want to get to. I don't think I'm never probably gonna get to a point where I don't check my account after spending because I think that's just a habit. But you know, I think that's a goal.
Might be a tism for you, but I think you get to it though.
Yeah,
I think you get to it. Yeah.
What, to stop doing it?
I think so. Unless it's a tism, you know, I'm off the tism.
I think I'm just tracking my shit, but I'll probably stop because I don't even be having to, and I just do it. Now it could be for a $17 purchase. Let me go look and see what.
Because you know what I do is my tism version of that is I write everything down still. So I know, because again, back to the allocation. So I know, let's say I spent $1,000 on one credit card in a month from just doing shit, whatever. I know by the time I get to the end of that month, ideally I want to pay that $1,000 back.
Absolutely.
Versus like I'm just swiping, and then it's like, oh shit, that's the statement bill. Like, oh shit, that's how a lot of people do whatever. He was like, and you don't even make that much to pay that much back in 1 month type shit. So now that snowballs, carries over, interest, shit like that, whatever. So I still write everything down. Yeah. Just because, even though I could just check the card though, so same shit kind of.
It's literally the same shit. Yeah. But I'm paying my statement. I'm paying my balance down regardless. I'm not even touching that card. First of all, I got this thing, and this might help somebody. I don't know. I'm not a financial guru, so I don't give financial advice. But it's just what I do. For me, one of the things I do is like I'll wait till the statement, the bill's approaching. I pay it off. Then once it posts, I'm gonna use it. And then I'm gonna do the same thing over and over again. So it's like it could be, for instance, I used to pay my rent like that. I remember me and my brother was roommates. Our rent was like $1,600. I had a fucking Capital One secure credit card of $800 at the time. So $800 was the drink. So what I would do is I would make my rent money because I'm an entrepreneur hustler at the time. Put my $800 to the side. Then the moment my credit card would due, I would put my $800 on my credit card. Then I would liquidate it and pay my rent and do the same. Every time I would just do the same thing every single one. So I was literally recycling the same $800 between keeping my credit card utilization at 1% and paying my rent. And it was like, to the credit card people, I look responsible because like, he's spending the money and he paying it back. Like, all right, cool. And for my rent, it's like, I'm paying my rent with this money. So I literally cycle that shit. And I still kind of do that, but I don't have to do it for rent and shit. I just do it like whatever the bill is. Like, all right, I'm going to pay this shit with this money. And then I'm going to put this back on the card. And then I'm going to keep doing the same shit. So that's kind of how I do it. I don't do it for consumer. I don't buy fucking sneakers and shit. Yeah. Like, you know, I use it for shit that I use it like how y'all feel like you should use credit. I want to fucking fly here. I don't want to pay for it right now, so let me use my fucking credit card and I'll pay it back over time. Pay myself back. I'm not going to do that with sneakers. Sneakers, it got to be a disposable purchase. I got to have the money readily available for me to go. That's why I'm mad I did it with the furniture. Because I'm like, why the fuck I take that couple $1,000? I should have just gave him the money. And I gave him a nice bet because I spent like a couple dollars. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if I can see how furniture can get expensive for them. If you got a big ass mansion, I'm knowing $100,000.
Multiple living rooms?
Yeah, I'm already knowing hundreds of thousands. Because I seen what I did with my space. And I'm like, all right, yeah, this shouldn't get expensive. But I'm like, fuck, why did I take that interest, high ass 30% interest on that fucking couple $1,000? I'm paying it, but it's like, I ain't had to do that. If I would have just been on some shit like, all right, I don't need all this shit today. Just get a couch in a fucking bedroom set like a normal nigga. But here I am. I need an entertainment center. I need a marble table. All at once. You seen it. So you came to the crib. You like, nigga, you did this. I did that one day. All the painting, fucking that shit. I'm just like, I ain't had to do that. But you know, that was like one of them consumer type drawings that I look back on like, fuck, I should have just waited. Like, I don't do that with sneakers and shit.
So I was gonna say the last thing about the financial shit. Yeah, so transparency time. You know, I know we don't really believe in safe space, but I hope this is a safe space. So
I promise you that.
Yeah. So to your point about the paying the credit card thing, I actually recently, for the first time in years, had a credit card close on me. And I felt some way actually.
Was this the one that you were talking about that you were trying to pay and you made a mistake and put $7,000?
No, so that was the last time. Oh no, that was that one. That was crazy. Yeah.
I was cracking the fuck up. Nigga, $7,000. Like, oh shit. Oh, you're not playing with that statement.
So no, it was my Apple card. You know, no smart to Apple, whatever. You know, I kind of feel some way about it. But so remember, this is funny how life was full circle. That's a card that me and my now wife almost broke up over because during that time when she wasn't working, and she was just fucking going crazy, swiping that shit. Fucking.
Maybe it was time for the Apple Card to go.
It was blessing in disguise. So how you do it? Yeah, word every time. So that's the one she had. She was she made herself an authorized user. That's so yeah, so wife shit. So
man, that's a crime, but she did it.
Absolutely yes. So she had like I know what I spend. I write everything down. So I know I owe let's say $100 every month on the same card. I got shit that's billed on there every time. $100. That month, I might have, that month she had charged some other shit on there that I wasn't aware of. So that shit might have been like $250 or $200. That's all the fucking balance was. But it carried over. I get because that's it's connected to other shit. So I get an alert from my iPhone saying like, oh yeah, Apple Card isn't available. Check your card. I'm like, Apple Card isn't available. So I check it. They say your account's been closed. So pay the balance back. We figure. I'm like, no, y'all playing. So I call. I'm like, yeah. So, excuse me. They said the account is closed. Oh yeah, sir. You carried the thing over, and I'm like, yo,
I get like a charge card.
What do you mean you got to pay the balance off?
You get a complete.
I wasn't aware of this. I guess I never miss payments because I know what I'm spending type shit. So this one time I probably just lost track of what she did that fucking month, whatever. And I was used to what I had to pay. So I'm like, well, man, I never missed a payment ever since I've had the card for years now. I can pay this shit off right now, even though it's not my money. I can just pay this shit off. Ain't no big deal. Oh, unfortunately, there's nothing we can do about it. So I had to find an article apparently they might just be doing some liquidation type shit to kind of that's their business shit, whatever. Yeah. But I ain't gonna lie. At first, I was pissed the fuck off. I'm just like, yo, fucking wives just fucking doing shit.
Yeah.
But now, like, you know what, yo? One, she's not on a credit card anymore. So actually, it's a blessing in disguise. So actually, it's a win, long-term win for sure. And two, who gives a fuck? Like, credit card, always wasn't one of my go-to
and
cards.
And it's closed. It's not like it's going to report derogatory, right? Because
I think it does, actually. Yeah, so it may be...
I might know somebody. I got you.
It's maybe a light hit. Also, I don't give a fuck about it or whatever. And it's like, you know what? That ain't one of my go-to cards. Yeah. They were stingy with the credit limit increases, whatever.
But I heard they was giving out a dime, though.
I never got a dime. I got that same funky-ass stack, so I got the card for years.
Like, I heard they giving out a dime now.
That's fair. Maybe because they took my shit away. So they got shit to give.
To get stack. Yeah, to more qualified users. Yeah,
because
I'm going to spend more than $100 a month.
That's fair. I done got dimes from other people in less time. Yeah. So, but that was that. But again,
maybe ain't give me my dime yet.
I don't fuck with you like that. I can put in the car. I don't got.
Please. Nigga, Amex, get me there too. My credit, I don't understand. I'm like, what is going on? Like, I got the score. Like, and then like my profile, I got a credit card that's been open for years. I'm cool. Like, what, yo, what's up?
Fun fact, I will tell everybody, always do a 6-month credit limit increase.
Yeah, they got inquiries now, no.
Not all.
Yeah, but I know for Navy, like some of them now are doing internal reviews. So they got to look at it and just be like, oh, you're eligible. Whereas though before you could just call them like, yo,
gotcha,
let me get a bump.
Okay, fair.
You know what I'm saying? So they kind of like switching. I can't say for every person because again, we're not
of course,
but just based on my experience.
Gotcha. Yeah, I definitely always Google say which of my cards I got several whatever. Which of them still doing soft pulls? Look for a soft pull and get some free money and use it responsibly and decently, whatever. So no financial advice though. But moving on though,
credit card's actually funny because especially when somebody don't have the money and it's like y'all giving somebody money who don't have the money to pay you the money back.
So they can be in debt.